Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, watching Astroteric TV. I'll be your one and only host, the Astro Guru. And it wouldn't be Astroteric TV without the gra. Now, tonight's topic of discussion, you ask. Some people think they are so smart. And what I mean by this, emphasis on the word think. Because, hold on, it's coming. The video on the difference between thinking and knowing is coming. But when you know you are smart, you make better decisions. Remember the video, when you know better, you do better. Now, people who think they are so smart, they're really not as smart as they could be, because they're not actively trying to gain smarts. What they're trying to do is take advantage of people around them. So they surround themselves with people who, to them, aren't as smart as them. Not understanding that really what you're doing is surrounding yourself with people that you need because you aren't that smart. So now what happens is they try to play the psychological game. They try to do mental gymnastics and thinking that people just don't grow, like time doesn't pass and patterns don't get recognized and noticed. So what then happens is they get themselves into a little bit of a pickle, a little dilemma, because the people around them will start smartening up, but they'll keep acting like the person that person thinks they are. So now they've, split into two. So I'm gonna keep acting this way because that's how you think I am. Or I'm gonna switch up completely and you're not gonna understand why. Because you're so adamant and bent on wondering why I'm not doing what I used to do. And this is because the jig is up. I found out who you really are. And that's what happens. People get exposed. Exposure, part of my language, is a motherfucker. So when you get exposed, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with your exposure. I've been exposed before. I think we all have at some point in time about something. I can't really remember what I probably was exposed about, but I'm sure I've been exposed about something. Like, I could get exposed tomorrow about something. I don't really remember everything. But back to these people that think they're so smart. So what makes it even worse for them is they create a track record of being a certain type of person. And after being exposed, what happens is the people that they have taken advantage of can revisit what happened, like, from the time that you met that person. So say if I knew you for 20 years. 20 years I've been knowing you. I've been thinking you've been a great friend to me for 20 years. But you betray me or something, right? Now, you betray me, and I find out that you've been betraying me for 20 years, right? Because I get to revisit every other time where something went wrong and you were involved. And I get to ruminate and dwell in the fact that, I've been being good to somebody that meant me nothing but harm for 20 years. Understood? Now, it also works both ways. You can think somebody else was like a hater and just wasn't supportive of you. And then come to find out, they've been defending your name in rooms that you weren't in for 20 years. They just wasn't running around telling people like, yo, every time somebody talk bad about you, no, I defend you. Like, they were just doing it from the heart. So even if you didn't connect with that person the way they may have wanted you to, understand that, you might find out one day that, oh nah, this person they really fuck with you. Like, they really like you like that. Like, you understood? Because you'll understand after 20 years that this person has never done me wrong. Oh, I thought this happened. When one person gets exposed, another person, normally how it happens, when one person gets exposed, another person gets vindicated. Understood? So when we find out like, oh, we thought it was him, but it really was him. When you find out that it is him, then you also know that it's not him. You feel me? It's not him doing this. It's him doing this. It's this person right here. And normally there's a type of dynamic where there's like one person blaming and bad mouthing another person, but that person is never around. That's normally the bad person. The first person to bring up somebody else and what bad and evil they do, that's normally the bad person. But because a lot of people don't think critically or look into things, everybody just want the tea. He want the scoop. She want the tea. One of those. Since everybody's just on that type of time, it's just like a toxic vibe where everybody want to like gossip and talk about people. So they feel like they getting the juice, the information, when really it's just a bunch of lies being passed around the room. And now when everybody leave that room, they're going to talk about each other to somebody else too. So beware of people that gossip, because those are sometimes the people that think they are so smart. Now, I don't think I'm so smart. I've been called a know-it-all, but I also do the work to know everything that I know. So I'm not just walking around thinking I know stuff or just making information up. This is definitely, in books. This is definitely, if you lived any form of life, you'd experience it to understand that I know exactly what I'm talking about. So I just so happen to be at a young age knowing what I'm talking about. And that can be a little intimidating. That can be a little spooky for some. To be able to predict the future and the outcomes of events, the weather, to be able to read people, see the hue of a man, to be able to understand where people are residing spiritually, to understand what it is to have mental dexterity, emotional intelligence, financial stability, spiritual wealth. These things I probably shouldn't know at this age, but I don't think I'm better than anyone else or that they can't know them because I did the work to know them. That's all I can really say. Some people don't do the work. They get a little happy and anxious at the first drop of knowledge and they think that they know something. But if you really want to know something, then know that you're going to always be doing research because you really don't know anything. And the things that you know will change. Okay? There were times where, I knew this person loved me. And there was times where I don't think this person loved me no more. So obviously the things that you know can change. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. You can know that you have court in 1 week, and guess what? That court date can change. That's simple. You can know you're gonna get married and get left at the altar. It happens. But that's why I'm here, so that I can help y'all dive into these situations and circumstances and figure them out. I figured them out for you so that next time you go in, you're a little more level-headed. All right? Till next time.